Welcome. Hello, everybody. How we doing today? Sound check. Hope you can hear me and see me. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Let me know. I think our levels are good. Let me know if you can hear me and see me in the chat. Good to see everybody here. Sounds good. Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate that. Welcome to another exciting episode of Apple Home Talk Live, where we will talk about Apple and smart homes and anything else you guys want to talk about, really. So good to see you guys. We just had WWDC last week or earlier. What's today? Wednesday this week. So yeah, always fun. We actually had some home stuff there we could talk about. Thank you guys. Appreciate the feedback in the chat. So let's say hi to some folks and then we'll kind of get rolling. This will be a good time. If this is your first time joining one of these live streams, I will do my best to answer questions as well during this stream. You can preface your comment with the word question and I will flag it. Please just ask once and I will flag questions and then I will come back and answer them the best I can throughout the stream today. But let's say hi to some folks and see who all we got here in the chat. Mike, what's going on, Mike? John, Deadly Plant Z, welcome. Will Ties here. What's up, Will? How you doing today? Good afternoon from Kentucky, sunny and warm. We are expecting 90 degrees this weekend. Whew, I feel you. It's been getting really hot around here too. Don, what's up, Don? How you doing today? A lot of members here in the chat. Awesome to see you guys. Frederick is in the house. What's up, Frederick? Thank you for being here and also for helping out with the chat today. I should also mention, if you are not a member and you want to become a member, you can hit that join button down below. We have a member Discord server, which is always a lot of fun to join and ask questions, get feedback and stuff like that. I was actually in there today. I'm usually in there every day. You get early access to new videos. We do a monthly member chat and stuff like that. So a lot of fun stuff. Some member perks there. And like I said, I see we have a lot of members here. So thank you guys all for your support. Jack's Diner. What's up, Jack's Diner, aka Rhett from Sacramento, California. Hot as Hades. Ooh, 104. It's hot here too. I feel it. Right here in my studio, actually, it's quite hot. Glee, what's up, Glee? Polka McMaster is here. Awesome to see you guys. Don, man, thank you so much, Don. Coming through. Let's see, my chat thing won't work. What's going on? Oh, did I accidentally minimize it? Let me see. What did I do? Let me get that back up. Whoop, there we go. Don, gifted 5 memberships. Awesome. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. A lot of you guys, 5 of you were just gifted memberships. YouTube will kind of pick randomly, I guess, there. Eric, Tony, Richard, Eye of the Storm, Just Mike, you guys were all gifted memberships thanks to Don. So thank you so much, Don, for that. And like I said, as a member, even if you were just gifted one, you get access, all those perks you can get access to as a member. Very nice of you, Don. All right, let's see. Ty Boyle, Paul, what's up, Paul? Oh, nice shirt, thanks. This was actually, this is kind of one of my bumming around the house shirts. I just made this when I was like testing out shirts and fabrics and stuff like that for the merch. I actually want to do, I really want to do some more shirts here soon, so be on the lookout for that. Now I'm saying it out loud, I'll actually do it. I want to get some more designs out there to do. '91 and sunny. Yeah, it's been hot. Richard, what's up, Richard? Tony. So what do you guys think of WWDC? Corey from Colorado. What's up, Corey? All right, so good to see everybody. What do you guys think of WWDC this year? There was some HomeKit stuff, some Apple Home stuff. I did a whole video, and now that I think of it, I don't think I linked it in the description below, but it's my last video that came out like 2 days ago. If you want to see all of the specific HomeKit related stuff that they discussed at the WWDC keynote and some things that weren't actually in the keynote, but we kind of discovered some new, obviously updates to iOS and all those all the different OSs, but we got a little bit of HomeKit love, not a whole lot, not a whole lot. Yeah, Jeff, and we got a calculator for the iPad, so it was hilarious to me that they spent that much time talking about the calculator, but they did. I guess, it's nice to have a calculator on the iPad now. Lurk Jerk, what's going on, Lurk Jerk? How you doing today? Scott is disappointed in Apple Home content overall. Enjoy iOS 18 though. Yeah, so how many of you guys were brave enough to install a beta, whether it's on your Mac, iPad, iPhone? I'm really hesitant, and I will put a disclaimer out there for everybody. If you don't really need to install the beta, you might want to just wait. I mean, not saying I've had any issues or anything, but every year, people install betas and then they regret it. So, and if you don't really need to, you might just want to wait. It'll be here before you know it. September, where we'll get the public versions. Don, let's see. Don using his monthly, struggling to talk today, monthly member chat says, we'll celebrate 24 months of being a member. Awesome. Don, thank you so much for the continued support. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot. 24 months. That's awesome. Don says, really enjoyed the WWDC keynote. A lot of little quality of life things. And yes, I installed the betas. So far, so good. Awesome. Really good to hear that. Yeah, it seems like they've been pretty stable so far, the betas, from what I've heard, and just from I've installed one. I don't install them on my main devices. I really don't do that, especially the developer betas these days. I kind of learned the hard way. And with my whole smart home, working through Apple and iCloud and everything, that makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. Even installing it on secondary devices sometimes. If it crashes my whole HomeKit setup, I'm in trouble. The wife would not be happy. It would make it harder to make YouTube videos and all that. So, Eric said, Larry says, Eric, what's going on, Larry? Eric said not to install the beta of the Apple TV OS because it will trash your Apple Home setup. He had 49 unresponsive devices. That's not good. Yeah, that is exactly why I really hesitate to install betas. That exact reason. My HomeKit setup is my number one kind of reason for not wanting to do that. So, especially with like HomePod betas and stuff, I've seen those kind of wreck HomeKit, installations. So be careful. Lone Star Trent says he installed his and has been fine. What's going on, Trent? Thank you for sharing. That's good to hear. Edgar, what's going on, Edgar's Home Tech? My beta is working fine. The phone gets extremely hot, though. Let's see. Yep. That's a good point there, Kevin. Kevin says, not sure if it's worth the betas just yet if you're not a developer or something. Of course, Apple Intelligence is what's going to be interesting, and that's not coming until later. Yeah, so let's just cover some of the things. So I did a whole video on this stuff. Let's see. Flag that. Try to... All right, I'll try to flag these questions, then I'll come back to... okay, so yeah, a couple of things we'll just kind of cover. So I did discuss this in my recent video, but some of the updates coming to HomeKit. Let's see, let me move this thing over here. So there are some updates to Apple TV, like the Insight feature. Let's see, what else do we got here? Enhanced dialogue is nice, so that'll work across other audio systems now. That is nice. That's something we've had, and they've improved it also. So even if you're using it on HomePods, it looks like they improved that. Some subtitle things. We got a Snoopy wall or a screensaver for those who may want to use that. let's see what else we got. Improved Apple, or some updates to Apple TV. To Fitness Plus on the Apple TV if you use that. This was kind of an interesting one. Let's check out, actually, I think I got it over here. So yeah, well, first of all, we finally get this. So I talked about this in the video. Yeah, we're gonna finally get, oh, sorry, my head's in the way. Let me move my head around. Clean the floors. Start your robot vacuum as you leave for work, or ask you know who to clean a specific room. So this is the only place, I've seen a few places where Apple officially has talked about robot vacuums coming to HomeKit. This is the only place that I see that they actually mentioned clean a specific room. So I don't know, but it looks like maybe there will be like room control through this. I really hope so. Just based on that phrase, it sounds like it. I sure hope so. But like I said, the other places haven't really indicated that. Let's see, where was the other? Okay, and then of course we got Apple Intelligence here. Really cool stuff there, but let's go down to Home. So customized access. I really like this. I don't know, what do you guys think about this? Where is the article? Let me share that, the Home app article. I guess you're talking about the Home app article. Which one? Sorry, I got too many tabs open here. I'll share a link in the chat. That's the article I was looking at that shows the Home updates. And William says, the only thing I really like about WWDC is what Apple is going to start doing with their smart locks and their smart vacuum. Yep. So let's talk about that a little bit. So I actually do really like this. So customized access for like your guest. So we've had guest access in the Home app for a while, but it's only applied to smart locks and given them like personal key PIN codes for your smart locks. It looks, they're saying that we'll now have more control over this. So this is nice. I actually did played around a little bit in the beta with this, but you can add garage doors and security systems now, which is nice, to these guests, and even create schedules. So, maybe you have a dog walker or something like that. That's a nice addition. I do want to see more control over like restrictions and stuff like that. But this is nice. It's a good start, I guess. There were the updates. There's going to be updates to electricity usage, but only for very specific users. I think right now it's starting with a company in California. Yeah, beginning with Pacific and Gas Electric Company in California. Let me move my head back over here. So for some people, that may be interesting. I won't really use that a lot personally. Robot vacuum cleaners. Yeah, I wanted to go back here. Robot vacuum cleaners, of course. And then this one right here was kind of the most exciting to me when I first heard this. Magically unlock doors as you approach simply by carrying an iPhone in a bag or pocket or wearing an Apple Watch. And in the keynote, they discussed this was mentioned as unlock with ultra wideband. So, yeah, Elon is very mad. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, same here. Conference of Birds. Would love to see the customized option to have my kids control their rooms, but not the rest of the house. Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% with you on that one. But after digging into this, a little bit more, what I think this is, so right now, smart locks or Apple Home key locks use NFC to lock and unlock, which is kind of what I always thought. But I dug into this a little bit more, looking into this UWB. And what I think is going to happen is that this feature that uses ultra wideband right here that this is talking about, I'm pretty sure this is going to be basically Matter's version of HomeKey. So we've heard a little bit of talk about that here and there, and some rumors of like HomeKey support coming to Matter. So I think that Matter is going to be using, well, if you look at the CSA's website, they have this page right here, and I don't know, I have no idea how to say this. Aliro will say this is like the standard that I think Matter is going to be using for smart lock. So you can see this kind of like home key looking picture right here, and this will use NFC. So all that is to say, I don't think we're going to see this feature come to our existing smart locks anytime soon, and or at least probably not at all. And I'm not really sure when we'll see it come at all. It's nice to see that Apple is talking about it, but yeah, it's a different technology, and it looks like this is the new standard. This is what they're going to be using for kind of the foundation of, you know, Matter smart locks with a home key feature, which we still haven't seen, you know, Matter with a home key. So we shall see. What do you guys think? I see some questions. Let me flag that. CES 2025, Lone Star Trent says. Yeah, Lawrence, I wonder when Eve and other plugs will update for Matter 1.3 for energy monitoring. And even when they do, you know, we have to wait for like Apple or Google, whatever it is you're using, for them to support it. Like, you know, we're on Matter 1.3 now. Apple still hasn't even supported robot vacuums yet. It's coming, you know, in the future sometime. But that was introduced with Matter 1.2. So, you know, it's like, it'll be interesting to see, I feel like, how well Apple and HomeKit can keep up with Matter, and, you know, assuming Matter continues to evolve. They've been doing a pretty good job at rolling out updates through Matter. The CSA has through Matter. So, you know, it'll be fun to watch and see. Let me see. I saw some questions here. Okay, let me get to some of these questions here. Conference of Birds says, much appreciated for always sharing updates. Since you have installed a UniFi network, I did too, and added UniFi cameras at home. Any idea whether we could have their cameras compatible with HomeKit? Yeah, so I have not installed any UniFi cameras yet. Man, you're on top of it, huh? I must be following along over on Instagram. I appreciate that. Definitely, you guys follow me on Instagram if you're not, because I share behind the scenes stuff like setting up this UniFi network. I also talk about it, I guess, here in these live streams. But yeah, I've been working on my UniFi network. Looks like everything's going well today. I was probably shouldn't have been messing with my network this morning. I was kind of rearranging some stuff on my rack, and it's a work in progress for sure. But to answer your question, Conference of Birds, you can get UniFi cameras into HomeKit through Scripted, I believe through Homebridge too. I'm sure we've got some people here in the chat who have done that. I know we've got some UniFi users here. There you go, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Dan says UniFi plugin for Scripted works great. Scripted is how I've been getting my existing PoE cameras into HomeKit, so I'm not using UniFi cameras yet. Maybe one day, but I'm still using a bunch of Real-Link PoE cameras that I have kind of installed all around the house, and I am using Scripted. And I agree with Dan, at least for on the Real-Link side, the Scripted has been working great. They're actually more responsive than my native HomeKit cameras sometimes, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, so Dan says Scripted. Let's see. UniFi plugin. Yep. Okay, so there you go. Scripted looks like the way. I think you can use Homebridge too. I'm not sure if anybody's doing that, but I'm pretty sure you can do UniFi through Homebridge, maybe if you already have a Homebridge setup. Lurk Jerk installed my U200 and love my SwitchBot and my SwitchBot Pro today. Love Aqara a lot more. Oh, very nice. Interesting. Yeah, well, Aqara, so that's cool. You got the Aqara U200. Let's see. That was on Kickstarter, so I guess it was the Kickstarter backers who have started receiving these. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but this is the U200. So a very similar device as the SwitchBot Lock Pro. Big difference really in the two, I think, is HomeKey support. So Aqara U200 supports HomeKey. Let me see if we can find a picture here somewhere. They may have taken that down. I don't know. But HomeKey should work there. And yeah, SwitchBot Lock Pro I like a lot too. It's a little big. I think the design, at least of the inside of the lock, looks better on the Aqara 2. It doesn't look as much like a big brick. Let me see. Let me get back to my comments here. Doug says, I don't see a need to integrate UniFi cameras into HomeKit Protect. Works great as is. It's just expensive for the cameras. Local control and storage is the feature that won me over. Yeah, well, if you have a wife that or a spouse or somebody in your house, other family members that use HomeKit, that would be a reason right there alone to get cameras into HomeKit. Like my wife uses the Home app, Apple Home app, and that's it. I actually asked her just yesterday to install another app, which I've never done, but I'm testing out some other stuff, some Ecobee stuff, and I wanted to get her take on, some of the features and stuff there, because there's a little bit more you can get with that app. Anyways, she's so used to using the Apple Home app that it will be tough to get her to use anything else. So I do like having everything in the Home app at least. And that's one of the things with the Ecobee doorbell that I just installed. It supports HomeKit for the live streams of the camera, the doorbell camera, but not secure video. So you have to if you want to look at recordings, you have to use another app. And that doesn't really go over too well usually with the wife. So yeah, I did blow a fuse. That's right. Yeah, she about killed me that day. So a little tip for everybody, if you're going to mess with your thermostats, I switched out the thermostat too. Don't do it on a Friday afternoon where help will be hard to find. I was lucky to be able to fix it, got to the store, replaced the fuse in the furnace. It was scary for a moment. If I didn't get that fixed with the heat we've been having, she would have probably killed me. Mads says, I also got the U200 yesterday. Is there any way to arm and disarm the Aqara alarm with the keypad without creating an automation that controls the alarm every time the lock locks and unlocks? Well, that's quite a question there. That's a mouthful. Arm and disarm the Aqara alarm with the keypad without creating an automation that controls the alarm. I'm not sure, honestly. I think you have to, I don't know. I'm still playing with that. I'll look into that a little bit, and I'll probably do a video on the U200 once it's available to everyone. So I will look into that, and we'll talk about automations and all that. I guess what you're asking is if there's a way to arm it. Maybe it will have to be through an automation, I'm pretty sure, regardless whether the Home app or in the Aqara app. Jerry says, same happened to me. Nest thermostat stopped working, and when replacing it, blew a fuse. Yeah, it happens. And I was so confident in myself. Of course, my wife said, really, you're going to do that on a Friday afternoon? That's probably not very smart. And I was like, I'm good. I've replaced the thermostat like so many times, installing different ones, Ecobee thermostats usually. Never had that happen. Of course, it happened this time. Yeah, Poca McMaster. Yep. Let's see here. I think I saw some more questions I will flag. Bicky Bickford says, do you have a video on how to hook up the Reolink cameras? I have 14 of them and would love to have them integrated into HomeKit. I don't have a video showing like the how-to. I actually did do a video on my channel talking really about, I was covering HomeKit and scripted and Homebridge kind of like a bird's eye view. We didn't go real deep into the details there, but if you just search on my channel for PoE cameras, you'll probably find that video. Again, I talked about my experience using Homebridge and scripted. I ended up liking scripted a little bit better, and that's what I've been using ever since. But it's not a real in-depth like how-to video, but I do show what I'm using and all that stuff. So yeah, just look for that on the channel. Like I said, PoE cameras, you should be able to find it, or maybe scripted, you'll probably find it that way. Feb says, question regarding the Eve announcement of shades in your last video. Do you have any insights regarding availability in other countries, for example, Canada? I'm on the fence between Eve and SmartWings. Good question. I do not have any information on that. All I know is what I mentioned. I think I mentioned it in the video. The Eve motion blinds are just their blinds collection is available just in the US and Germany right now. Now, there are and have been for a long time resellers of the Eve motion blinds. So like, I think like smartblinds.com, Omnia Blinds is another one. So there are resellers, official resellers of the Eve motion blinds that you can go through and should be able to access or get sent to you in Canada. So maybe that's an option if you decide you want to go with Eve. That may not help, but you might be trying to take advantage of that discount, I know. But to answer your question, I have not heard if or when they'll be available in other countries. So if I hear something, I will let you guys know. But for those who may have missed it, this is the Eve Blinds collection right here. So again, their Eve motion blinds have been available for quite a while now. These are their Matter over Thread blinds. Really nice product. You guys know I like Eve stuff. They make quality products. But now what's cool is that you can go directly through them and order right here from their website. Again, only in US and Germany, but the ordering process is really easy. So I did this. Where did I go? Okay, so down here, you just kind of go through. These are the options here. I like the blackout shades personally. If I'm gonna put up shades, I want to be able to black out the whole room. So I like this, but they have a lot of different colors available. And you just go through, put in your size, all that good stuff. Ordering was really easy and installation was probably even easier. And again, there's a 15% discount code in the description. I put it in the description of this live stream. So if you guys have been thinking about some smart shades, now would be, it's a good time. You could take advantage of that discount code. Again, if you're in the US or Germany. Thank you, Edgar. I guess you're talking to me there. I see we got Dylan in the house as well. What's up, Dylan? Okay, yeah, Edgar may have been talking to Dylan there. Both of these guys make some awesome videos. You guys, if you have not seen these other channels, check out Dylan. Great smart home content, great quality. Same thing with Edgar. Edgar's home tech. Can never have enough smart home content. These guys make great videos. Check out both of their YouTube channels. Again, that's Dylan and Edgar's Home Tech. Great channels. Dreadlocks, what's going on, man? It says, I really wish Eve made a hub because it would make their products even more reliable. Had a few problems with Eve outdoor cameras. Nothing major, but an Eve hub would help. Yeah, that would help with the cameras. Thing is, most of the Eve products support Thread, except, of course, cameras. Cameras will require require Wi-Fi. That's kind of across the board. And, I hate to say it, but that might be just like a HomeKit thing. Eve cameras work exclusively with Apple HomeKit. I've kind of had some issues, lately with other HomeKit cameras like Circle View, the other ones that work exclusively with HomeKit. I think it's just HomeKit cameras are not perfect. And there are some that use a hub like, Arlo, UniFi, and stuff like that, but they all kind of rely on Wi-Fi. But yeah, the HomeKit integration. Yeah, but the other Eve stuff, the shades, basically all their other, like, the Eve Aqua, the Eve plug, the outlet, the Eve flare, that thing back there, everything else other than the cameras, just about everything else, there might be one or two others, works on Thread. And with Thread, you don't need a hub. It's their stuff all works, basically your HomePod Mini or your Apple TV is your hub, and their stuff all works really well in my experience. Their products are some of the best Matter products that I've used, for sure. That's my 2 cents. Yeah, like Lawrence said there. Yeah, when it comes to the Matter over Thread stuff, that is true. I know Dreddy Dreadlocks was having some issues with the Wi-Fi cameras, and it's not much you can do there, if assuming your Wi-Fi network is good. All right, see some more questions. Let me see. Guys, remember, if you can, to preface your question with the word question, and even make it all caps like that. That'll help it stick out for me a little bit. Thanks, Brandon. I got some more flags, so I will come back to you guys. But yeah, thank you, Brandon, for the question. Anything new with Intercom? I don't know. They obviously didn't say anything that is new coming with Intercom. I've started playing around with automations and stuff a little bit. I don't see anything new there, but I don't plan on installing betas on my HomePods unless there's a really good reason. Maybe some new intercom features would entice me to do that, but yeah, I'm not putting. I don't even think there is. I don't know if there's betas for the HomePods yet or not. I don't think there is, but I don't plan on installing betas on my HomePods, especially developer betas. Yeah, that scares me. That could blow up my whole HomeKit setup there. Yeah, that makes sense. Cameras will never run on Thread because Thread doesn't provide enough bandwidth. That's why all the manufacturers, their cameras still rely on Wi-Fi. So yeah, you likely won't see cameras ever that support Thread. Yeah, HomePod betas aren't even out yet. Thanks, Trent. Kevin says, just for my UniFi S1 Pro vacuum and mop from Kickstarter, maybe just got it. So interested to see how well HomeKit supports robot vacuums. I'm struggling with my words today. UniFi said HomeKit support is coming soon. Yeah, UniFi was one of the ones, I believe, that mentioned Matter support, and yeah, that's exciting. That is exciting. I have used the SwitchBot vacuums, in a HomeKit, but right now it's literally just on and off. It's like a light switch or an outlet, on off. That's all you get with your vacuums right now. So excited to see that update come to the Apple Home app. All right, we got some questions here. Have you heard of UniFi cameras being upgraded with AI in HomeKit? UniFi hasn't supported HomeKit in a while. So I don't expect UFI to change anything there. Maybe when Matter supports cameras, then maybe UFI will jump on board there and we'll be able to get UFI cameras into HomeKit again. But UFI hasn't supported HomeKit in years. So not since their UFI Cam 2 line, like the 2C, 2C, the 2 Pro. Yeah, so anything with their Homebase 3, they don't support HomeKit anymore, unfortunately. So I don't think they will for a while. Question: what if Apple made a Q1 based smart plug you could put throughout your house to trigger location based automations inside your home using your iPhone or Apple Watch? Well, that's what I would like to see done with ultra wideband. We talked about ultra wideband with the smart lock. That's why I was excited to see that, because I thought when we first started seeing ultra wideband being put into all these devices, how nice it would be to have that kind of functionality. You know, ultra wideband is also in our HomePod. So if you have a HomePod in every room, if you were an Apple Watch, for example, you could do those kinds of automations with ultra wideband. So I'd like to see some types of automations like that. But, you know, in the meantime, we'll have to rely on probably like, you know, presence sensors, wave sensors and stuff like that. Yes, you can use shortcuts to control switch bot vacuums. That's true. Yeah, good question there, Dready Dreadlocks. Has anyone heard any info on how Apple Intelligence will work in HomeKit? I'm really curious to see this. Larry said that should have said you one. Okay, that made a lot more sense. Yeah, yeah, that would be great if they did that, something like that. Which they might would have to do that, Larry. Let me get down to the comment. Yeah, they might would have to do that in order for it to work, because I don't think they put U1. They did. I don't think they put the U1 chip in the Apple TVs. They are in the HomePods. So I was a little bummed when I saw they didn't put them in Apple TVs, because I was kind of thinking that. So yeah, maybe a smart plug that could be maybe a workaround. That'd be cool. Um, yeah. Thanks, Frederick. Yeah, nothing has been published. Waiting on betas to see how everything works. Yeah. I'm hoping that the HomePods. You know, I don't know if they have enough processing to do like really advanced stuff, but obviously, you know, it's just a speaker, so it doesn't need to do any of the imaging stuff or any of the written, you know, Apple Intelligence stuff. But, you know, the improvements with Siri, would love to see that. So I kind of expect us to see that like across the ecosystem, you know, with Siri. Sorry if I'm triggering your devices. Mine didn't trigger. Maybe she's getting a little bit smarter already. But I would love to see just more. You know, the whole. You know, they talked about Siri being more conversational, and just being able to use more natural language. That would be a huge benefit alone. I feel like in the smart home. You know, my wife hates using the HomePods because it's so hard to remember, especially in a house like mine where I'm always changing stuff. So hard to remember what everything is called, what room it's in, all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, having, you know, Siri just more natural, just being able to be more conversational would be huge. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a new HomePod on the horizon. That'd be awesome. If it had a screen, just give me a screen on a HomePod, right? All right, let's see. William, thank you, William. Says, how do you think the new AI is going to work with HomeKit? And I hope you have a great Father's Day on Sunday. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. And yeah, I actually plan to. I'm going to visit my grandfather. So I did a video where I built him a smart home. I didn't build his house, but I converted his house into a smart house. What was that? Gosh, that's probably about 2 years ago at my grandpa's house. So I plan to visit him over the weekend. So thank you for that. And yeah, we kind of just talked about this with AI being Apple Intelligence, of course. They kind of rebranded AI there. That's pretty funny. Um, all right, some more questions. I have two HomePods. Chris says, thank you, Chris, for the question. I have two HomePod minis and moving to a bigger home. Do you think it's worth it to buy some new HomePod minis to cover the whole home, or wait to see if Apple updates them with the new AI features? I don't know that the AI features would really have anything to do with how many HomePods you need in the house. I think if you interact with your HomePods through voice, it's just up to you whether you're using it for music or for voice. I don't really use my minis much for listening. I do use some for music, but I use them more for like just giving commands. So, if you need those in more rooms for those commands, then yeah, I would say it will probably be worth it. Um, I do like iOS 18. Yeah, I've been playing around with it a little bit. I like some of the features. Let's see if you can see you can kind of change the color. This is like an older iPhone. Again, I try to keep it off of my primary devices there, but let me see if the lock screen, yeah, you can put you can change these things down here, so I can just add the locks, the home app right there on my lock screen. That's kind of cool. There we go. Jump right into the home app. So yeah, I've been playing around with it. I like it. Sorry, I'm a little congested today. I was out on the back porch a little bit lately, and sometimes the weather gets to me. Jeff, good question, Jeff. Let's see. Jeff says, at the current moment, or if something coming, or if something is coming in the next 60 days ish, what is the best robot vac mop overall? There seems to be so many now. I'm starting to lose track of what's best. Jeff, that is a good question, and I think that's a difficult one right now to answer. It's definitely difficult as a consumer to know what to look for, probably, because to be honest with you, I think we discussed this some recently. Maybe it was in the last I don't know if it was in the member chat or maybe just in our Discord server, but they're all so good right now that you really can't go wrong, I think, with most of them, at least like all the flagship models. I just did a video on the one from SwitchBot, which integrates into the plumbing of your house, which is insane. I didn't do it at my house. For those who didn't see that video, I had to install that at a friend's house because I didn't have a good place to put it and integrate it into my plumbing. So I installed it at a friend's house, and just today, actually, I was emptying the water from my robot vacuum or my robot mop. I had the narwhal. It's not integrated into my plumbing. And I was emptying that big tank of dirty, stinky water, and I was thinking, man, it would be so cool if I never had to do this again. So you actually can tie in the narwhal, I believe, to your plumbing. But the SwitchBot is unique because it has the dual stations. So it only goes to the water station when it needs water, and to empty the dirty water and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I'd say it really just depends on the features you're looking for. I think the biggest differences is maybe the AI technology and how good it is, in the different ones. So, I mean, obviously, just watch a bunch of reviews from different people and kind of see, which ones have which features you're looking for. But yeah, maybe the AI, that may be something like the Narwhal has really good dirt sense AI capabilities. I really love the Narwhal. That's probably been my favorite lately. Again, the SwitchBot was really good. I think the SwitchBot, that roller style on the SwitchBot mop, it looks like a paint roller. I think that probably mops as good or better than any other style of mop that I've used. Like the Narwhal has the two rotating pads. The Roborock ones, a lot of them have the vibrating pads, but that roller style, I think that mopped really well in my use and testing with it. And the UFI, I think it's the UFI, also has that same style. I haven't tried that one. Um, I've used a number of the Roborock ones. They're all great also. Our favorite, and my wife actually really loves the Narwhal. She said it's been her favorite Roborock, or not Roborock, Robo Vacuum. You know what I'm trying to say. It's been her favorite that she's used so far, or that we've used so far in our house. I feel like it's a little easier on our hardwood floors. It's just a really good one. The Narwhal Frio X Ultra. That's the one that I have. It's their flagship. Again, haven't used the Eufy one. I think it looks really nice. It's kind of big. I don't really like how tall it is. That's another thing I do like about the Narwhal. It has a really nice design. Doesn't look, you know, like a big appliance necessarily. It's not so bad. The SwitchBot again is really great, and it's smaller, so it's a smaller footprint since it has that dual station. If you're one that wants to integrate it into your main water lines, then the SwitchBot might be another good option if you use like dehumidifiers or humidifiers, because they talked about future separate stations coming that will kind of tie in with that system. Like, don't buy anything based on promises, but that might be, based on promises alone. But that might be a good reason if you're into that kind of thing. Again, Roborock has got some really good ones. They're just, if you get a flagship one, I don't think there's any way you could really go wrong. I don't know. Let's see what you guys are saying here after I'm done rambling. Make sure you have one that uses some sort of cleaner, not just water. Yeah, every one that I've used in the last like couple of years has had, the ability to use a cleaner. So I think that's pretty common now. SwitchBot, you can add cleaner. Narwhal, you can add cleaner. Roborock, you can add cleaner. I know the SwitchBot and the Narwhal have a dedicated spot where you don't have to add it to the water tank every time. You kind of add it in there and it'll automatically dispense, which is really nice. Kevin says Eufy S1 Pro is amazing for mopping, full width roller mop and incline cleaning like the SwitchBot. There you go. Yeah, so I do think that roller style, again, haven't used the Eufy, but in the SwitchBot, I think that thing mops really well. But yeah, Narwhal is the one that I am currently using and sticking with. I hesitate to switch because my wife is happy with our Roborock, I keep saying Roborock, with our Robo vacuum, our robot vacuum. So yeah, that's something she's given me a hard time about in the past. So we'll see. Yeah, the climbing one, the climbing vacuum. We talked about that on a live stream a while ago. We'll see. We'll see. We have a hard time getting these robot vacuums like, around the dining room chairs, much less to climb the stairs. So I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah, there you go. A good object detection is important as well. I've found that, again, here with the flagship models, if you're spending a lot of money on one of these, I think they're all going to do pretty well, at least the ones that I've used in the past year or two. SwitchBot was good. Narwhal is good. The Roborock ones are good. At the end of the day, if you have like dog feces on your floor or chargers, cables, it might get sucked up in any of these things. I don't think anything is going to be 100% at avoiding all those. That's my 2 cents. Oh, did it? I don't know about that, Kevin. It may have said the climbing robot vacuum. Man, I'm struggling with that today. Let's see. See if we can find it. Oh, I see it. Let's see. This is the same one, isn't it? Migo, the stair climbing robot. This thing's wild. All gone. Like I said, I would believe it when I see it. I have to see this thing in person. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know. Wild. New Roborock can take pictures. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about all the cameras and stuff on robot vacuums personally. All right, I know we got some questions lined up. I'm going to try to answer those. We could talk about robot vacuums forever, and they're coming to HomeKit soon, so that's always exciting. Let me see. Let me flag some more of these questions here. Yeah, really excited to see that. Okay, we got some questions lined up. Sorry, it's been a while on the robot vacuums there. What brand of vacuums do you think will be the first with official HomeKit Matter support? More vacuum talk. So, yeah, and please do ask your question once. I see this question popped up twice. I'm flagging these questions, guys, the best I can. So if I don't, respond, eventually you can ask again. But I'm trying to respond to all these. So I know Roborock said all their newest ones will support Matter. So I think anything probably released in like this year, you'll probably be safe for sure, and maybe in the past year you should be safe. I don't think you'll see it come to like older models. So there's Roborock. SwitchBot already supports Matter. Like I've got mine working in HomeKit right now natively. I have the little one here at my house. Like I said, I installed the other one for a friend, but that's working natively in HomeKit already through their Matter hub. Let's see. And so, yeah, the SwitchBot one will support Matter through the hub. I guess that's important to note. Narwhal has said that they are looking into it and they're kind of open to it and listening to feedback. I don't think they've made any official promises, at least last I checked. Let me see who else is there. UniFi, I think UniFi said they're going to support Matter. So like all the major ones, I think are going to support it. I don't know about Roomba. I'm not sure about. I haven't heard anything from Roomba. Chris, question: what smart shades you use on your back patio? Does it resist wind very well? Yeah, man, I love the shades on my back porch. I am using. Let me see if I have a link. I don't know if I have a link. Oh, I do have a link here. I think this is my affiliate link for Smart Wings. And I'll pull this up where we can look at these. So if you guys have followed along, and I mentioned it a little, I've thought about doing a full video on like my outdoor shades, but Smart Wings is what I'm using out there. They make good shades as well. I don't think Eve has any outdoor shades. We talked about Eve shades earlier, and they have that, there's that discount code right now. I put in the description for those, but I don't think they have any outdoor shades. And to answer your question, let me see if I can go to the outdoor shades, if it will show me here in the pictures. I actually need to get something like this for my brother who just moved into a new place. It would be perfect for his house, something like that. You can't really see it here, but they have this like anchor. There we go. You can see that, right? Let me move my head a little bit. So you see this anchor right here? This keeps them from blowing in the wind. I actually installed mine first without putting in those little cords, and just to see how well it would do. I thought maybe it would be okay without installing the anchor cables, and they did end up blowing quite a bit, go figure, in the wind. So I went ahead and installed those, and it helps tremendously. So definitely keeps them from blowing all crazy in the wind. Highly recommend those. They work with Matter over Thread as well. So if you're looking for outdoor shades that support HomeKit, they're great. I love having them. My wife absolutely loves them. She sits out on her back porch, and she's always opening the Home app to control them. as well. So let me see. Let me get to this member chat. Let's see. Mike celebrates 21 months of membership. Thank you, Mike, first of all, for being a channel member and supporting the channel for so long. I really appreciate that. And Mike says, I'm getting married next weekend and I love a wedding ring that can control my smart home. I don't know about anything that can do that just yet, but congratulations on your upcoming wedding. That's also very exciting, man. Wishing you all the best. You going anywhere good on a honeymoon or anything like that? That'd be fun. Good time of year for a little trip. But yeah, congratulations, Mike. That's awesome. Maybe one of these days we'll have a smart ring that can control our smart home. There are some smart rings out there, but nothing for our smart home. Not that I'm aware of yet. Turin. That's pretty funny. He said, I'd rather have a mute switch on mine. Oh boy. That's funny. Yes, Travis, I have. Travis asks, have you had a chance to test the new Govee outdoor wall porch light with Matter? I have, and they are awesome. They look really great. I'll have a video coming out really soon on some of the other Govee outdoor stuff too. I've used a lot of their stuff lately to kind of redo that back patio where we have the shades hung. That's actually where I put the Govee outdoor wall light as well. And yeah, it's really cool. It was the perfect solution for a spot that I had out there. So really enjoy having that. Okay, I'm going to fire through a few more questions as we are running out of time, but I know we got quite a few lined up, so I'll try to get to some more of these real quick. What brand of vacuum? Oh, I already answered that one. Let's see. Can anyone confirm if Aqara Matter over Thread devices will show up in the Thread overview in the Eve app? I'm not seeing the U200 there, so I'm not sure if it uses Thread. The U200 does in fact use Thread. It also uses Bluetooth. I think the Eve app, I remember at one point, I haven't checked in a while. I guess I can check on my phone. But I remember at one point there was an issue where the Eve app wasn't able to see other Matter over Thread devices. So it works fine with HomeKit over Thread, but let me see if that's still the case, because I have a bunch of Matter over Thread devices. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's still. Yeah, I'm not seeing mine either. So I think that's probably still the case. Is there any possibility to expose Lady A devices to HomeKit? The only way to do that, to expose stuff to HomeKit that doesn't support HomeKit, really is through something like Homebridge, maybe the Nest, the Starling Hub for Nest devices. There's some workaround ways, but nothing that's like just super easy and native. So you'll have to look into Homebridge or Home Assistant, something like that. Let's see, answered that one. Jortiz says, for your nanoleaf triangles and lines set up in your Bayer TV, do you have black extended link connectors for the triangles? Tried to copy your setup and only found white extended connectors. Hey, good question. Yeah, so what I did with that was I actually, to answer your question, no, they don't make black extenders for some reason. Nanoleaf, come on, we need that. But what I did as a workaround is I just bought some like black vinyl tape from, I ordered it from Amazon, and I just wrapped it around the white linkers. So you can just get some of those. You just have to kind of carefully wrap it around as best you can. But I just used some like vinyl tape, and it's held up. So they're black now, and that's what I did. Question, do you do anything to monitor or tweak your Thread network to improve it? I've started to replace stuff with Thread-enabled devices and want to optimize the network. There's not a lot you can do to tweak it or change it as far as I know. There is an app called the Discovery app that I've used to when I'm like troubleshooting stuff, and then you can really kind of look at what's going on, all the devices on your thread network. You can see your different thread networks as well. The Eve app, again, you can see some stuff in there. Even the Nanoleaf app will kind of show you your different thread networks, I believe now. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll have some more capable apps for that kind of stuff. But so far, there's not a lot you can do to like optimize it. It's kind of like self healing, and it kind of works on its own. Really answered that. Let's see. Why hasn't Apple given us surround sound with 5 HomePod minis yet? I don't know. I'll ask them if I get a chance. Question: what do you think about the new math notes for calculator? I think it would be awesome if you do math every day. I don't, so I probably won't be using it, but it's awesome if you do. Question: do you think there will be a HomeKit compatible robot vacuums before the official iOS release in the fall? I do. Yeah, I think there's going to be robot vacuums that support Matter. They're not going to support HomeKit, so all the robot vacuums that we get into HomeKit will be through Matter. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess I could be wrong about that. Maybe when they update the Apple Home app and HomeKit to support robot vacuums, maybe there will be some that get just the official like HomeKit integration certification. I suppose that's possible, but I think it's probably going to be mostly through Matter. That just makes the most sense, I think, as a manufacturer. And we've already seen SwitchBot support Matter through the Matter Hub, their robot vacuums. Again, a lot of them have claimed they're going to support it, like Roborock, UniFi, and some of the others. So I would not be surprised if we do have more that support it before the official iOS release. How to configure FP2 in HomeKit for fall detection and to send alerts when I'm in HomeKit. It just shows as the motion sensor. I'm beginning worrying that I might have to fall. For fall detection, I know you have to mount it on the ceiling. So that's one stipulation of the fall detection feature, that has to be mounted on the ceiling, and you have to set it up in the Aqara app specifically for fall detection. So yeah, and then you can create automations and stuff around that, I believe. So I think I got through most of those questions. I appreciate you guys hanging out and talking smart home and WWDC and all that with me. We've got some new videos coming soon, so definitely stay tuned and check those out. Channel members, thank you guys so much for your continued support and always being here and hanging out during these live streams. Again, if you're a member and you're not in our Discord server, join us over on Discord. I'm in there every day, at least once during the day, usually throughout the day, and you can message me there or message the group. Also, we do our monthly member group or monthly member chats over there in Discord. You'll have early access to new videos as well as members, which you may have seen. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. God bless.